Welcome to a look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Thursday, the 16th of January. We have new mods. If buildings, placeable barns and storage is your thing, this is going to be the mod review for you because we are bursting with buildings today. We have had some updates to mods. The Osina map has had an update. The Ursus 1212 has had an update. The Ursus 1204-1614 pack has had an update. The Seasons Geo Slovakia has had an update. And the Massey Ferguson 8700S has also had an update. Like I said, whenever I do these, jump onto the Modhub in-game or onto Farming Simulator website and look in the Modhub there for all the change logs. There are a few different changes with regard to those. We also have a new geo today from Adub Modding. We have Geo Kansas. Again, have a look in there at what potentially will change for Kansas. So let's get into the mods for today. Let's have a look at this one first. I think this is the barn. We've got a few barns today, so it's going to. I don't want to get confused with these. This is the barn by Svitch. 24 slots to place. Some of these, the slot counts are fairly high because of the detailing involved. There's a lot of detail on some of these. The texturing's quite impressive, I would say. What is different about this one that stands out for me as well is this: you've got sticks propping the doors closed, and when you open them, the stick moves out the way and the doors then open. And inside you've got all sorts of weird. It looked like seaweed initially when they came in, but I think it's like hay and straw and stuff that's just been kind of left over time when bales have been stored in here and that kind of thing. You've got drums and a bicycle and a sickle and, you know, scythe. Sickle's handheld, but, you know, a longer scythe. So there's a lot of detail going on. Drive-through barn, he says. Ah, does that only open from the outside? Right, well, I think we'll turn the lights on anyway. Light switch there. We've got a separate one for that light as well. Oh yeah, separate light switches. That's unusual. Normally we have one for everything. So 2 light switches for the separate lights. Maybe you can only do these doors from the outside then. But it is drive-through, should you wish to drive through. For those awkward to manoeuvre or reverse trailers, we all know the ones. But there you go. So, in the store, these will be under placeables, they'll be under sheds. I say there are a few, so we're going to scroll past probably some of the ones that I didn't place them in a particular order. I think it's this one here. There we go. The barn, 15,000 to buy. Like I say, 24 slots for the first one. Then it drops down to 2, as you can see, for any subsequent one. And that's it. There's only that particular barn. There are no other options available for that. That's the first of our buildings. Sorry, I've got a tractor tucked away behind here because I was going to use it for these mods here, which I'll get onto in just a second. Next up, we've got the Placeable Storage Building by Paolo 5090R. There are a few options available for this one. Again, some very nice detail. I haven't found a light switch, so I'm assuming there are lights underneath here that they are automatic, that come on at night. But nice textures for the woodwork. It's a nice size as well, much bigger at the back to the front, so if you're going to be putting bigger machinery in. I went for the one that's got side panels either side, but I'm going to show you what I mean in a minute. There are quite a few different options available for this. They're all very nice, tidy mods, and we do have a lot of shelters and buildings and barns and stuff available already in the mod hub, but again, it's that kind of thing. It might be a particular map and you're looking for a particular type of shelter, and this just might be the thing you're looking for. Any of these could fit the bill for what you're looking for. Again, under sheds, so we've got the 5090R Industry. We've got the Placeable Shed. That one's open one end and closed at the other end. I mean, like at the back of the shelter. That one there is the opposite, so it's closed the other end but open at the other end. This one's open both ends. That one is open both ends, but it's also got like bits higher up on the roof. I'll put an arrow on that now. And the one I chose was this one that's kind of closed in both ends, not all the way across but partially So those are the 4 options available. They're 25,000 each. Each one is 8 slots for the first one you place, but once you've placed the first one, the slot count drops, well, it did for me, down to 1 slot on those. So there you go, that's the next one. So that was the Placeable Storage Building by Paolo 5090R. What we will do now is have a look at the 2 non-placeable buildings that we've got today. The Brantner E8041 makes a return. I think it was the 8041 we had before, wasn't it? It was definitely a Brantner trailer that looked like this. This is by Melody98. It's only 2 slots. It's very nice. Nice, tidy little trailer. Does have a rear hitch on the back as well, so you can hook other trailers together with it. Possibly multiple ones of this one actually, but it does have a rear trailer hitch, which is very nice indeed. This you will find under trailers. So the Brantner E8041, 10,000 to buy, 8,500 litres capacity, takes all those crop types. So yeah, handy little trailer to have, not overly expensive. We do have very different trailers and backs, and you know, again, it adds to that selection. It may be that you used it a lot on, we did it on 17, didn't we? Possibly even 15 as well, and you're just harking back to those days. You really want the Brantner. So there you go, that's that. Next up we've got this interesting looking thing. This is a 3-point tank, water and milk by Rowley Christie 1. It's only 1 slot. It's 2,000 litre capacity. You can have one on the front, one on the back, or just one if you want to run one. And it's a tank that will take water and milk. I was going to, that's why I grabbed the tractor actually. So we hook up like so. I think I placed a standpipe, I'm sure I did. There we go. 2,000 litres. So put one front and back. It's not overly expensive, it's not massive. Very nice and shiny. Carries water or milk. I would imagine if you've got a lot of cows though, 2,000 litres, you're going to have a fair bit more milk than that. But it's very handy if you're running a small operation, small setup, or you're just getting started and you just need something to start moving your water around to feed your animals. This you will find under animals. There you go, 3-point tank, 1,500 to buy, 2,000 litres, takes milk and water. That's by Rowley Christie 1. Next up, which one should we have a look at next? This one directly behind us here. This is also a barn. This is by Daniel X321. We had one the other day that looked similar to this by Daniel X. This is slightly longer. Lots of detail on it. This one is 16 slots for the first one. Kind of a breeze block construction, corrugated look roof. It does have a light switch on the front just over here. Did that turn off or not? No, it did turn off, didn't it? There we go. Lights are off. So you've got a big bit of space in the middle here. Drive through again. Like so. Now we have got a couple of smaller doors further back which go into these rooms here, but this is kind of a hayloft. If we come up on the top here. Now putting bales up here might not be so bad, but like I've mentioned before, the problem you've got is unless you're doing small bales, unless you can get a skid steer loader up here somehow, moving them around and then getting them off from here would be a little bit tricky, unless you can pick up the bales and throw them. But you do have a door out to the top here. Smaller one just over the side there. Jump back down. And like I say, we've got these ones here which open into the lower roofed section, which the hayloft is above. So this is much lower. Not quite sure what you would get under there actually. Definitely a very, very small, very low piece of machinery. But anyway, yeah, so this is a barn as well. You'll find this also You've got a couple of doors here. One there, and one there. Like so. Also under placeables, also under sheds. So the barn, 35,000 to buy, and like I say, 16 slots. It's not too massive on the slot count. Again, like I keep saying, you know, is it big enough to put large machinery in? No. Is the hayloft as accessible as it could be? Probably not. It may, again, just be one of those ones you look at and think, that's perfect. I've been looking for one just like that, and it may just suit you down to the ground. That's kind of why I do the reviews, is you can have a look and say, okay, I like that, I don't like that, or you know, whatever it might be. So, there we go. That's the Lizard Barn by Daniel X321, which brings me on to, is it the last one? Nope, we've got two more. Round the back here, we've got the wooden sheds. This is by Camelos 0397. There are a few of these, again, in the kind of pack. They're 13 slots each for the first one, and they are wooden sheds, apart from obviously the brick course work in between. But the main bulk is a few bits of detail knocking about here and there. Again, drive through. Plenty of space. This one's the double one I went for. There is a single one and then a kind of shorter single one. But yeah, texture's very nice. Footprint's not too bad. The concrete doesn't come out too far or anything like that. You've got a bike around the back here. I think you know by now where you're going to find this. So we have a 7 by 15 metre one for 15,000, which has got a set of double doors in slightly shorter. We've got the wooden shed 7 by 18 metres, which is 18 grand. That's also a double door in the middle, but it's a little bit longer. And the one I've just shown you is the 7 by 34, which has got two sets of double doors, which is in effect kind of two of those ish. You know, it's kind of between actually. If you doubled that and doubled that, it's kind of between both. Those are the three available within that wooden shed pack. So that's by Camelos 0397. And then lastly, I think this is lastly, we have got the half timbered barn by VertexDezign. There are two in this pack. This one with the kind of white, almost like Watland Orb type old medieval style look to them. Open covered section on the front here for anything, vehicles, bales, whatever you like. Covered inside here with light switches just inside the door. There's one just there. There's one over the other side. Just there. Raised sections up there again if you want to put stuff up there, but again, how you would get up there to get the stuff back down again is a little bit trickier. But you've got the drive-through section this end if you want to go literally straight through. Like so. Just to let the air through in the summer, you know. So that's the half timbered barn by VertexDezign. Nice detailing, nice textures. Under sheds. So you've got the VD Industries half timbered barn there for 25 grand, which is 18 slots, and then that one was 14 slots. So it's 18 slots for that one, which is more brick all over, and then the other one's like painted plaster type thing. The barns are identical, everything else is exactly the same, just a slight difference in their textures. And that's it for the mods for today. There is a new map out today. The Hills of Slovenia is out for FS19. I'm going to be doing a look on that, look around that map. That will be a separate video because that will take a little bit longer, but that is the mods for today. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.